Have you ever tried to actually picture time? And I don't mean just a clock ticking on the wall. I mean time itself. Imagine an infinite, majestic wheel directly in front of you. This is the Kala Chakra, the grand wheel of time and existence. Now, this wheel isn't just spinning wildly out of control, it's turning with a pure, incredibly precise cosmic rhythm. There is absolutely no chaos here, only flawless structural order. Today we're going to explore this incredible cosmic architecture together and see exactly how and by whom this eternal wheel is governed.
Think about it for a second. When the physical universe is built and consciousness breathes within it, what keeps it from just collapsing into total chaos? Imagine a newly built house, or even a human body. You can build the physical structure, you can even add life and consciousness to it. But without a schedule, without a rhythm to govern it day by day, it just descends into anarchy. Existence is like a massive vehicle that desperately needs direction. It needs an absolute, unshakable system of laws to prevent it from caving in on itself.
Well, ancient Vedic texts actually have a brilliant answer to this, breaking it down into the concept of the 33 Devas. It's like a giant cosmic puzzle. On one side, you've got the 8 Vasus. They are the builders, setting up the physical stage and the raw material elements of nature. Then, you have the 11 Rudras, who breathe consciousness into the system, waking up our minds and senses. But here's the kicker. Once that physical stage is set and the lights are turned on, what actually keeps this massive universe moving forward? That immense, ultimate responsibility falls to the 12 Adityas. They are the supreme administrators of time's absolute laws.
Take a look at this, the Great Kala Chakra. Now these 12 Adityas aren't just myths or bedtime stories. They literally represent the 12 months of the year, but more importantly, they are the 12 load-bearing pillars of our reality. They are the divine laws that prevent the massive wheel of creation from shattering into a million pieces. It's entirely through their strict discipline that the universe continues to breathe, managing everything from the rotation of distant galaxies all the way down to the daily cycles of human life.
Okay, let's break this down. Part 1, the seeds of creation, spring and the scorching sun. Watch how perfectly this all kicks off. In the month of Chaitra, we meet the Aditya named Tata. His domain is the seed of new creation, the absolute first and most fundamental law of existence, new birth. Think of a farmer breaking the soil. This is when the cosmic seeds are planted. Following him in Vaishakha, Aryama steps in. He governs nobility, justice, and the social contracts that let us humans actually live together without tearing each other apart. Then, as the heat really starts to intensify in Jeshta, Mitra takes over. He rules over friendship and alliances, binding human relationships together so society can survive the sweltering heat.
Now you might be wondering, why does all this matter? Well, think about the rhythm here. If we lose Datta's law of new creation, the cycle simply never starts. Everything is stuck. Take away Aryama's social contracts, society totally crumbles into anarchy. And without Mitra's law of friendship and alliances binding us, peace vanishes completely, leaving us with nothing but unending conflict.
Moving on to Part 2, Monsoon and Cosmic Balance, the Rains of Destiny.
So the heavy rains hit in the month of Ashada, governed by Varuna. And Varuna isn't just watching over the vast oceans, he is the ultimate accountant of our karma and cosmic destiny. Honestly, kind of terrifying. But right after him in Shravana comes Anshuman. The rain clears, and he brings this radiant, pulsating life force back to nature. It is literally the most vibrant time of the year. Finally, in Bhadrapada, Bhaga steps up. He acts like a sovereign king, making sure all the earth's wealth, resources, and prosperity are distributed fairly.
But again, this balance is so incredibly fragile. Imagine taking away Varuna's accounting of karma. The entire concept of justice completely vanishes. Without Anshuman's radiant energy, this spark of life just dies in the mud. And if Bhaga isn't there to fairly distribute resources, true prosperity is totally wiped out. The whole system would literally collapse.
Which brings us to Part 3, Harvest and Celestial Architecture, the Autumn Fire.
All right, so in the month of Ashwin, Vivaswan takes charge. He's this fierce fire-like manifestation of the sun. But we need that fire. It's the exact agricultural energy required to ripen the crops so we can eat. Next, in Kartik, we have Tavashta, the great cosmic architect. And this totally blew my mind. He's not building physical houses. He is the continuous divine design actually holding the physical universe together. Then, in Margashirsha, Pusha steps in. He is the compassionate protector of paths, making sure every single traveler, every living being finds their correct direction.
Let's bring this back down to the human level. If these autumnal laws fail, crops don't ripen, right? And we starve. Without Travashta's architectural intelligence keeping things glued together, the physical form of our world literally falls apart. And without Pusha acting as our guide, the cosmic road signs disappear, and every single traveler on this journey wanders around completely lost.
And finally, Part 4, Winter and Ultimate Preservation, the Final Rhythms.
Winter brings the biting cold, which perfectly mirrors the later stages of human life, where deep preservation and inner wisdom take over. In the month of Pasha, Indra is in command. He represents the absolute pinnacle of celestial leadership. Next is Magha, governed by Savitar, the awakener of the mind. And to close out the massive wheel, in Falguna, we have Vaman. Vaman is a direct manifestation of Lord Vishnu, acting as the ultimate binding force of preservation that protects this entire cycle we just walked through.
I actually want to pause on Savitar for a second, because there's a profound philosophical layer here. It proves these Adityas aren't just some ancient weather management system. Savitar isn't just the physical sunlight hitting your face. He is the cosmic law that sparks divine intelligence and inner inspiration. These administrators govern our internal spiritual reality just as strictly as they govern the changing seasons outside.
So, what are the ultimate stakes of the wheel? Well, if the sovereign power of winter fails, it's not just a bad crop or a cold season. If our inner wisdom goes totally dark and that ultimate preservation is gone, it's the catastrophic, undeniable end of the entire grand design. Everything.
So, let's wrap this up in Part 5, Time, the Eternal King.
If we step back and look at the whole timeline, it is just majestic. From the burst of creation in spring, to the balancing justice of the monsoon, the nourishing fires of autumn, and the strict order of winter. What we're witnessing is a flawless relay race. These 12 administrators seamlessly hand off the baton, month by month, maintaining nature's eternal, unbroken rhythm.
And that brings us to a really beautiful, kind of humbling paradox. Just look at the two sides of existence here. On one side, we have our physical, mortal bodies. They're fragile, temporary, and they'll eventually fade away. But on the other side, the Kala Chakra, the flawless, unchangeable laws of time run by these cosmic administrators. Our physical forms come and go, but the rules of time, they are absolutely permanent.
This quote hits the nail right on the head. Time itself is this invisible king connecting all of us. Time isn't actually passing, we are the ones passing through it. The great wheel of the Kala Chakra is always there, in all its magnificence, constantly turning. We are just completing our own tiny individual journeys on the outer edge of its infinite rotation.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. Since we are all participants on the periphery of this massive wheel, think about your own cosmic entry point. Based on everything we explored today, what is your birth month? And which of the 12 Adityas was governing the absolute laws of the universe the exact moment you stepped onto the Kala Chakra? It's a pretty incredible way to look at your place in the cosmos, isn't it? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the architecture of time.